Anne with a plan. That's her right there. But, and you know what's not part of Anne's plan? Henry Cavill coming back as Superman? Jesus Christ. I mean, that should be in the plan, but it's not. Apparently. I don't know what's going on with that. None of us are. We're just kind of wondering. I mean, obviously this man wants to play Superman so much, and yet they just don't want to give it to him. But yes, obviously now that he's promoting The Witcher Season 2, which if you saw my review of Episode 1, excellent. I think it's definitely going to be something. They're definitely taking it to the next level when it comes to The Witcher. And looking forward to seeing more episodes and see where the season goes and see where the whole thing goes. I mean, they've already announced Season 3, so Netflix has a plan. Netflix knows what they're doing because, again, they're, hey, Cavill, you want to come over here? Oh, Zach, you want to come over here too? Yeah, Warner Brothers sucks. Yeah, Warner Brothers, yeah, that's a toxic relationship. Don't worry. Come over here. Oh, yeah, we'll treat you good. We'll treat you all good. Like, what do you want? What do you want? You want that? Okay, yeah, you can take that. You can take that too. Jesus Christ. That's exactly what Netflix is doing. Warner Brothers, not so much. But let's face it, I think Zaslav's going to get to the point, kind of see what Netflix is doing, and then hopefully something will happen. But anyways, so, I mean, obviously back to that video where, there's a couple videos right here. But let's go back to that one where he talks about the Snyder Cut, of course, with McCarthy right there. I mean, I love what he had to say about it. Let's see. Oh, it froze up. You stupid piece of shit. Come on. Oh, now I got to find it again. Fucking Twitter. I tell you. Fucking Twitter. What can he do? Freaking Because Cavill's just, he's so strikingly beautiful, right? That's what did it. Froze it up. All right, let's go back to the Kevin McCarthy video right here when he talks about what he said about the Snyder Cut. Let's go back to it.
I love the movie. What was your reaction to it? And can we have a future for Superman? Because you're the best Superman of all time, man. You are the greatest ever to play the character.
Thank you. First of all, three things. Hi to Ben Affleck.
He was like, whoa.
Big fan of his. He's brilliant. And Justice League, Snyder Cut. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a wonderful way of Zack getting his version of the story out, and important to do too. And I thought there was a wonderful tenderness to the movie, which existed, and that I think was essential for the representation of Superman. And the last piece, I would love to play Superman again. It all depends. There's so many moving parts to that it's not just down to my desire. It's down to a lot of things.
You look good. Every time I see you, you're like a little more cleaned up and polished. Next time it's...
Oh, yeah, that was. He's talking about Kevin McCarthy right there. But yes, Cavill talks about a tenderness in there. And then this article from Carolite, he talks about it again too. Henry Cavill explains his motivation for wanting to continue playing Superman. It is personal to a degree. So, I mean, obviously, I know some people don't like when he says certain things about Superman because, hey, that's not what we're saying. What the hell? But, it's certain stuff that we've heard from him before. He's pretty much not changed his tone for what he says. He says right here, here's a quote right here. It says, I felt like Man of Steel was a wonderful opening story, an origin story to Superman. It left a lot of space for him to grow beyond that and become the hero that we recognize. Batman vs. Superman took a hard turn down a darker route, and it was a Batman perspective story, and so it didn't really show the aspects of Superman, which I was very, very keen to show. Justice League Snyder Cut definitely leaned into that a bit more, and I had a bit more of a gentleness to the tone of the thing, and I would love to have the opportunity to play the Superman that we know and love from the comics as a continuation of his development as we see the hero. And that would be really, really exciting for me because there's an opportunity to tell a lot of interesting story there, and it's just about finding the right hooks to have a character that is a good and idealistic as Superman. That there are wonderful opportunities to delve into what it's like to exist as him and those hardships that come with that. Which, of course, was represented in Man of Steel and BVS. When you have to save everyone, how hard is that on you? that could be an interesting line to run. It's like, well, Henry, that's what kind of BVS was touching on. I know it was a Batman perspective, I will say that, but at the same time, those kind of themes were part of BVS. So there's that right there. There's that, and then he of course Cavill also talked about the red undies, which is always a debate. I know. I mean, every like fucking 7 weeks, it seems like on my timeline, it's either Batman Doesn't Kill or the fucking red chonies. But this is what he had to say last night or the night before on Colbert right here, or Colbert.
I love the look of your Superman. Right. I want to know, how do you feel about the fact that he doesn't have the big red underwear? Because he looks a little naked to me.
Right.
Yeah. No.
We know how
Put it
you
out
feel.
there.
Yeah, we know how you feel, Colbert.
You know what?
Colbert.
It was a bit of a hangover from strongmen from 20s or something, and I thought that actually it had potential to work. I mean, maybe not exactly those ones.
Nope.
Right.
But
admittedly, his hips are wider than his shoulders. But I kind of miss the grandma panties on Superman.
You know what? I really loved my suit. I thought it was pretty cool.
So did we.
However, if it were to happen again, I would definitely be open to the idea of adding the trunks in some way, shape, or form.
All right. Maybe something tasteful like a little red thong or something like that.
Yeah, just in the back.
Red thong sounds like the name of a villain from DC.
Kind of does.
I'm the red thong.
Kind of does, right? So, I mean, I'm actually surprised, and I'm kind of proud that I'm glad that I did not see like a big uproar about Cavill being open to the to that fact of like, you know, if there was like the red trunks in some form. I don't think that's ever going to return because I don't think there's any way to really do the red trunks anymore. I mean, again, we always got to remember too that Zack wanted the red chonies. I mean, he did at one point, but it just didn't work. But Zack did at one point. I mean, I know that's always like a debate, but Zack actually said that he was trying to have that on the on the suit, but you know, it didn't work. Obviously, it's just modernized. I mean, obviously, even with Batman, you don't have his chonies on there, his outside undies as well. So. But I'm just surprised that there wasn't like a big uproar because I saw something like that. Let's see. The Buck and Sarnoff and Hamada, No Nuts have ruined a gold mine that Justice League 2 and 3 would have brought in $2 billion. They were shooting for from the jump. They need to be sodomized. Wow, with sandpaper. Copy of that sounded painful, man. But I like where your head's at. Intense. Thank you, The Buck, for the $10 donation. Appreciate it. But yeah, they definitely left a gold mine on the table. But no. So I mean, I'm glad that there's not more because I've seen some of the people in the fandom kind of turn on him a little bit just for some of the remarks that he said and the fact that he's like, you know, he wants to get to that point. But I mean, that's where Zack was always leading the story. Again, I've said it many times, the people that were not all about what Zack was doing with Superman, when they saw his Justice League movie, they went, oh, that's what we're getting to. I get it now. Yeah. So now we can actually get to that point to be where like, oh yeah, that's the Superman that we know. And then, you know, but again, I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can always say like, hey, Cavill, some of those themes were in BVS. I mean, he's always talked about how BVS was very much more of a Batman perspective, which it is. It can be. And, you know, and I mean, all of us love the fact that instead of just having like this, you know, a big, huge villain for Superman to fight, it was like, well, let's just have Batman, you know, because let's have Batman just, you know, this old weathered Batman just show up and just do that. And, you know, yeah, I mean, obviously we love the fact that they took that approach too. But at the same time, Zack was really trying to set the foundation, like I keep on saying. We talked about it yesterday, even with J.K. Simmons, talking about how Zack Snyder's Justice League and Batgirl are practically in the same universe. But, of course, things change. But at the same time, you just got to go like, what the fuck? Why have they not given more to this man. You have him. He wants to play Superman again. He's basically every interview he's just expressing how much he wants to play Superman again. And yet these fucking assholes over here at Warner Brothers are going like, "Nah, we're gonna do a different one." That's right. We're gonna do a different one. We got a different one. We're not gonna. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Every time that Cavill talks about wanting to play Superman again, I just go like, why? They should be calling him right after the interview. They should be calling him. They should be blowing up his phone and being like, all right, let's start working with this. Start working out schedules. Start working out like getting somebody to fucking be right. I mean, maybe that somebody is writing a script right now for all we know, or there are already scripts that are being, rewritten and everything right now. Who knows? But it's just like, come on, he's right there. He's right there. Look at that side profile. I mean, that's fucking Superman right there. My God, he's right there. How do you not look at that man and not see Superman? He's just right in his value. His value keeps going up. He's fucking Bitcoin. He's Bitcoin. All right? His value just keeps on going up. Just doesn't make sense. Man, I tell you what. It's what we want to see. Right there. See? We don't want to see the red chonies. I don't think it's going to work. Unless they do something unique and different, but it's just not going to work. I don't know. The red chones on here, I just don't see it. I don't see it. But the fact that he's open to it, the man just wants to play Superman, okay? The man just wants to play Superman. So that's, of course, so if they want to put red chonies on him, put red chonies on him. He'll play it. But if you put on a thong, I think there will be people that'll be okay with that. Okay? Put a thong on him, a red thong. I think that probably put some butts in the seats. Just saying. There's a thought.